Okay, so I randomly start spotting, right? And usually, if I've ever started spotting, it was only when I was pregnant with my child. So, and my period's always really super regular, and it freaked me out. Now, I'm not due for my period yet, so I haven't technically missed the period. I had a period earlier this month, but then, like I said, 2 weeks later I started spotting, which is right around the time you're ovulating. And the type of research I did when I was like trying to get pregnant with Mimi, I know all about my body, and I don't understand what I would have randomly spotted for, if not the implanting of the egg or implantation bleeding. And that's kind of what it looked like. Kind of freaked me out because, like I said, I was literally not supposed to have my period. Like I think I was 3 weeks after I just had my period. That's when the spotting came, and that was like exactly what happened to me when I was pregnant with me. Now I have no symptoms. I have no other reason to feel like I'm pregnant. I mean, I've been tired, but I stay up super late all night and edit, or just be up because I'm a night owl, and then I wake up with her in the morning, so I make myself tired, so I can't really attribute that to like any symptom or anything like that. But it just freaked me out. When I say freaked me out, it's not that at this point in my life I would be able, like, stable enough to have a child, myself, right? But everything that I've been through and still going through, like I still struggle with depression. Like I showed you guys a little, you know, personal emotional moment when I was just breaking down, overthinking about Mimi. Like I think too much and I stress myself out too much. Like I overthink life and I get really depressed at times, and I just shut people out. Like you guys, my friends, I shut a lot of people out and I vent on YouTube because it's like I can say what I want to say without any judgment at this very second until I edit it and upload it. And even then, editing it and looking at what I went through, because usually when I edit it, I'm over how I felt when I'm talking to you guys, if that makes sense. So when I edit it, I'm over that feeling, and it's like a feeling of like success and like I got through this, so maybe I could help someone else get through something that they're going through that's similar to what I go through. That's what I think about whenever I upload crazy, dramatic, emotional mess. That's what I think about. So when people say like, why do you do that, or why do you, you know, tell your business and talk about your marriage and woo, blah 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 blah, that is why. It's because it's therapeutic for me to talk to a camera when no one's around and no one can hear me, and then editing it is like I overcame that in a way. I've gone so far from the topic that I was trying to talk to you guys about. More of the story is, when I had Mimi, or when I was pregnant with Mimi, when we were planning to have Mimi, like Mimi was planned. So when we were planning to have Mimi and trying to have Mimi, I literally got pregnant within the 2nd month of trying to have her. And while I was, you know, pregnant, even before I was pregnant, I was thinking like, when would I want another child after I had a child? And I was always like 2 or 3 or 4, like right around there in that time range. I was thinking toddler years, when they're old enough, potty trained, and can talk. That's around the time I wanted to, you know, incorporate or think about having another baby. Now that it's like she's 3 and time's passing by, I just turned 26, he's about to turn 25. This is around the time that I wanted to expand my family and to make us a family of 4, from going from a family of 3. So it's hard for me to feel the emotions that I feel, like not wanting a baby but wanting a baby at the same time, if that makes sense. Like I do everything I can to prevent having a baby, but I wish inside, like in my heart, I wish none of the stuff that happened to me in the past ever happened to me, because I know how happy I would be at this moment in this time if none of my past had ever happened to me. Like if he never got on drugs and all that stuff happened, and you know, he could have got out the military. That's fine and dandy. Soldiers go through things and need to get out the military a lot of time they get out medical discharge, whatever the case may be. Soldiers get out the army. That was nothing like, oh my god, I needed him to be in the army. That was nothing. It was more so just the drug abuse that kind of freaked me out, and I feel like it's halted my life, because no matter what, I always think about the past. And everyone always says, like, don't think about the past, don't think about the past, you gotta think about the future. But you can't think about the future when it comes to your children. You have to think about the past too. So for me right now, I just feel like it's too fresh, even though right now is the ideal time of when, and I'm stable enough to have another child, and I would love to do that. It's like right now isn't the time because of where my head is at. It's not about money, it's not about anything besides where my head is at and what I've been through, and how I'm like scarred to go through that again with 2 kids. Like, going through that with 1 child freaked me out, and it made me a stronger woman. But I just didn't want to see her hurt, you know what I'm saying? She was too little to understand what happened, but I just didn't want to see her hurt. And if that ever happens again, say she's older and she understands more, then it's going to hurt her. So I don't want another child to be in the mix and also hurt them as well, like 2 kids being hurt. But then it's like, okay, Marcia, when do you have another child? Because this logic, this debate that you're arguing with yourself can go on forever. 2-3 years down the road, you could be like, I just can't, because I don't know what could possibly happen to my family, or if I have to deal with, you know, some negative things in my life from my past catches up with me again. Like, what do I do? I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't think I've ever known someone who went through the stuff that I went through and like purposely had a second child. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I've always seen, you know, like something like this, like, oh, I'm pregnant, okay, we're gonna get through it, we're gonna deal with it, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna fight through our life, because it is a fight through the rest of your life. So I just feel like I really have to deal with that before I even think about really doing what I wanted to do, what is everything to me. Like, just thinking about the fact that I have to put a hold on my family because of my thoughts and feelings, it sucks. Because like I said, 4 years ago, I was like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, have another child like that when she's 3, when she's 2, whatever. I'm gonna have another child, and they're gonna be best of friends because they're gonna be close in age and have so much fun growing up. The childhood's gonna be amazing, because I'm 6 years older than my little sister. The next one after that, I'm 10 years older than her. And the next one, I'm 16 years older than her. And I didn't want that to happen with my kids, and it seems like, I feel like it's gonna happen that way. I feel like I'm probably not gonna have another child till she's like 5 or 6, because I'm just battling with myself right now. I'm just really bad. And then a lot of people will be like, it's okay, you can wait till then. But it's not okay in my head, because I didn't have, like, I had a good childhood, but I didn't like the fact that I was 6 years older than my little sister, because I felt like we would have had a closer bond. Like, right now she's an adult, she's 19, so we have an adult bond now. But when she was little, we didn't have that bond, because we were in 2 total separate age groups. Like, I was a teenager, she was a kid, or she was a baby, I was a kid. Like, we weren't in the same age group at all. I didn't get to go to school with her. I would have loved to be like, oh, you know, my little sister's a freshman being a senior or something, or a junior, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get to experience that. I didn't get to experience teachers knowing, like, we're siblings, like, oh, I had your sister 2 years ago or something. Like, I didn't get to experience none of that, and I hated it. Like, literally, that's something that I wish that I could go back the hands of time and like rewind when my mom had me, because she got pregnant with me when she was 18. So I wish I could rewind it, because it's like she had me so young that she didn't want to have any more kids until she was married and settled and stable, you know. And then it's like me, I try to fight that and make sure that I didn't have any kids with a boyfriend or whatever, you know, get married, then have kids. I try to do everything the right way, by the book, and it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. So now I'm just battling myself. Like I said, I was spotting freaked me out. Like, I literally have an anxiety attack. But I'm not going to stress on it, because I feel like if it's something that God wants, then God wants it, because Lord knows I've been preventing it. If it's a miraculous thing, then it is what it is, and it's meant for me and my family. But freaked me out. Freaked me all the way out. So basically saying all this to say that I'll definitely be taking a pregnancy test here soon. I just hope and pray that it's a negative, even though I would love for it to be a positive. I know I'm confusing people, but a lot of you guys probably will understand. Maybe some of you have been where I'm at, or maybe you guys know people who've been where I am at, or, you know, maybe you just understand just because you're sympathetic to what I'm going through. But I don't even know. And I be having baby fever. Like, my best friend just had her son, and I was in there like, oh my God, like the love like you have when you first see your baby, and like I would love to experience that again. Like, and I just knew I was gonna be experiencing it again at 26, but I just don't see it. And I just don't, unless it's like my cards changed, and it hurts me. It really hurts me, because I didn't want that to happen. Like, I know I planned my life out, and I knew how I wanted my life to be, and it not being that way hurts me. And when people say like, you can move on, just have a different plan, it still hurts me, because that's, you know, that's what I want. But it is what it is. I love you guys. Thank you for sitting here and talking to me. I feel like we just had a real grown woman conversation. Like, no jokes, no nothing. A real straightforward, heart to heart. You across the table, I'm over here, you know what I'm saying? We sitting like we having lunch, you know what I'm saying? Brunch, girlfriend Kiki or whatever. But thank you for listening to me. And yeah, I'll keep y'all updated on everything. So love y'all. Let me know how you feel in the comment section as usual, and I'll comment back, girl. Treat every day like it's your last slay. Stay beautiful, honey, and I'll talk to you in another vlog.